Ladies and gentlemen, Ebro in the morning, Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. Pinky Cole is on the program. You may have heard of her or her restaurant, Slutty Vegan, down in Atlanta. Pinky, how you doing?
I'm pregnant, but I'm doing good.
Well, thank you for making time for us. I know we've been trying to schedule this for a minute. You have a new book. I hope you fail.
Yes.
The title isn't really as mean as it sounds. I mean, the book isn't as mean as the title sounds.
It's supposed to be misleading.
It definitely catches you, though. And that's the point, I'm sure. Yeah. Just like the name of the restaurant, Slutty Vegan, I'm sure that's...
Oh, yeah, this is the thing for you.
Yeah, just like my cookbook is called Eat Plants, Bitch. Like, I got a flow here, right? But the reason why I named it I Hope You Fail is because I actually did the commencement speech for Clark Atlanta University last year. And I was the youngest commencement speaker. And I'm like, I need to do something that's going to grab the attention of people that ain't really thinking about what they trying to do after. They think about it, but not really. So I told the story about how my dad did 22 years in prison, how I had a restaurant in Harlem, a Jamaican restaurant that caught on fire. I lost everything. My car got repoed, got kicked out of my apartment, right? And literally wages got garnished, all of that stuff. But then on the flip side, I've been able to build a multi-million-dollar company. Yeah. I became a wife and a mother when a doctor told me I couldn't have kids. And now I can't stop having kids. And I'm like, I need to put this in a book. So I created I Hope You Fail to help people navigate through life's hardest times because we all go through stuff. And it's really going to bless a lot of people.
So the 10 hater statements holding you back from getting everything you want.
Yes.
What are some of those statements?
I hope he cheats on you.
Well, somebody's actually said that to you, or is that more social media comments?
No, it said it happened. These are a part of my experiences, right? Like I've been in bad relationships, I've had bad friendships, but I needed to go through those bad relationships to realize my worth and what I deserve. And I mean, as a woman, we go through some bad apples sometimes, but if it wasn't for those things, I wouldn't have met my husband. We just got married in June.
Congrats.
So thank you. Now I know how to love him. He knows how to love me because I set certain boundaries based on what I've experienced, right? Another one, I hope you lose your job, right? Oftentimes we in a rat race and we working at companies that don't value us. They don't deserve us. So we just stay there hoping for another opportunity that never happens. But if that opportunity don't work out for you, there's another opportunity waiting in the wings so that you can get all the things that you want.
So this is about tough love.
It's about tough love. I'm the auntie that you need to hear from. No chaser, no straw.
There you go. There you go.
Well, can you tell us about the Slutty Vegan journey?
Ooh.
Like how that started, because it's super popular. I all my friends have mentioned it at least once.
So it's funny because I was a casting director before I started Slutty Vegan. So I was a casting director, producer on the Maury show. So like I come from the TV world. God. I know, crazy. I come from the TV world. So when I created Slutty Vegan, this was after I lost my first business, and I was in my 2-bedroom apartment. And I was smoking a blunt. Can I say that on the radio?
Sure. Okay. It's legal up here too, by the way.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I had some medical marijuana, and the idea just came to me out of nowhere. But at the time in my life, I was running up 5 miles a day. I was reading a book a day. I was really preparing for, I don't know what I was preparing for. And when the idea came, I'm like, okay, this is just going to be a hustle. And I went into the kitchen, started creating, and I'm Jamaican, by the way, so I grew up eating rice and peas and ackee and saltfish, and my mom is a Rasta, right? So I didn't really know how to make a burger, but I was putting stuff together. So I started in a shared kitchen. The shared kitchen went to a food truck where I was having 300 to 500 people standing outside every single day. And
this is for your Jamaican food?
No, this is for Slutty Vegan.
Oh, this is already for Slutty Vegan.
This is already for Slutty Vegan. This was 5 years ago.
Wow.
So in 5 years.
So what are the dishes, real quick, that you jumped right into? Like, how did you base like?
One night stand, sloppy toppy. Menage a trois. It's a very racy, sexy concept, but it has nothing to do with sex. What I'm doing is I'm helping people to reimagine food in a way that they've never done it before. So it started out as like people who look like me saying like, oh, I didn't know fries was vegan. And now there's a universal solution here. People get to eat vegan food even if they don't want to go vegan. Yeah. And as a result of that, in 5 years, I've been able to build 13 locations. We just won the bid in the airport at Hartsfield-Jackson.
Wow,
so
congrats.
It'll be the first vegan restaurant, thank you, in Hartsfield-Jackson, in the busiest airport in the world.
So dope.
Graced the cover of every magazine that you can think of. I just made the Time 100 Next list. Okay, got books for days, got partnerships for days. all because of a concept where I'm like, I'm gonna flip some burgers, pies, and fries. But I realized that I was building an ecosystem to help people understand food. And it's crazy.
Have you always been plant-based?
So I haven't eaten meat since 2007.
Okay.
So I was the girl when I wasn't eating meat. Everybody was like, "You crazy girl, you need to eat some chicken." But now it's cool. Now everybody want to do it, which I appreciate because once upon a time I could only eat fries and a side salad, and now I can go to any restaurant and get a plant-based burger. So the progression of veganism has really evolved, and I'm happy that I can play a pivotal role in that.
What was your initial? Sorry, real quick, Ebro. What was your initial reasoning for your foray into veganism?
I'm just like a conscious thinker. Like I'm the person. Like I want to do the celery juice challenge. I want to do a running challenge. Like
but
I just want to be
from
better.
a Rasta household and eating
yeah.
I tell vegetables and
same. My mom. Natural woman. I've never seen her wear makeup, right? She don't shave. She don't do nothing. She don't got her ears pierced. So like
Babylon.
Very natural. We couldn't eat pork in the house, nothing. So I absorbed a lot of who my mother was. And then when I got older, I want to be the best. And if you want to be the best, you got to look like the best, walk like the best, talk like the best. So I said, in order for me to be the best, I want to model the best, and that's why I went vegan.
Boom. So it wasn't like an animal decision or an all health decision. It's just a
It evolved that way.
Got it.
You know, like as I grew in my veganism, like I'm like, oh damn, like I'm saving animals, like I'm saving the planet, and it was cool, especially partnering with PETA and like a little extreme, but I love them. But I realized that in my veganism, and whoever wants to go vegan, whatever you go vegan for, it's up to you.
Right.
As long as you incorporate more options. I'm not the one like, oh, you eating steak. My husband eats meat, right? So to each his own, but I know for me and mine, I want to be able to consume the right things in my body, and that's what I've been doing.
Do you ever come off the vegan menu? Do you have seafood? Do you have...
Oh, you asked me if I'm like eating seafood on the low?
No, not on the low, but I mean like...
I mean crabs in the background, no.
No, but only because... vegan all the time isn't necessarily good for some people too, right? Like some people...
To each his own.
Right.
You got to be mindful about... Right. I mean, nothing is ever really good for anybody. Everything in moderation,
that's right? Balance,
right? There's always balance. But like, if you're eating healthy food, whole grains and vegetables, fruits and vegetables, like, you can't tell me that they ain't healthy for you. But no, I don't eat any meat, no seafood, nothing. I actually don't like the way it smells. Mm-hmm. I'm just
so
true
y'all.
vegan.
How often do you and the husband argue in the house when he's in there with a filet mignon on the stove?
Well, he don't really eat that kind of food. Like he loves crabs. So we got kids, a lot of kids. So we compromise though. So like my daughter is vegan, and then our son is not vegan. So he be walking around the house with a chicken bone. It'd be driving me crazy. But we just compromise in the household, and then he cooks for me. So like he understands the lifestyle. When I met him, he ain't really know nothing about veganism. Now he's looking at the back of every box and reading the labels to make sure the food is vegan for me. So like that level of education makes me feel better because it makes me know that I'm doing something right.
In this book, I think it's important too to articulate. You're sharing your story and the things that motivated you and the way your kind of frame of thinking about things. Like this isn't, I know a lot of, there's a lot of to do about who to trust in the marketplace with information and business and things like that. And I appreciate that this book is really your story and kind of your mindset. And what is it that you hope people pick up from this book?
I hope people understand that you can re-engineer negative energy, right? Like, it's all about your mindset. If you make up your mind that you want to lose 20 pounds a day, it all starts here. It don't start at the fact that you just start running. It starts with the belief that you can do it, right? Mm-hmm. It's inevitable to go through bad things. Like a failure can be whatever you think it is, right? Like if you lose your job, if you lose some money, if you lose a relationship, but that's life. It's going to happen. Life is going to life for us. But it's not about what happens to us. It's about what happens for us. Because you ever had a bad situation and then you look back at it 5 years later like, damn, I'm so happy that happened. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because I wouldn't be in the situation. Right. That's what I want people to grasp from this. If you can shift your mindset and make negative and turn it positive, then you can really navigate through life in the way that you want it to. And I'm a work in progress, right? So I'm not like, you need to read this book. I'm not going through stuff like, I cry all the time, right? Like I got speed bumps all the time. I'm scaling a company. I done been sued. I done been through a lot in my business. But at the end of the day, I realized, okay, this is happening for a reason, and there's a lesson in the process. And as long as I learn how to process that pain, I'm a win on the other side.
Is there anybody who helped you kind of understand, because you could be going through something and have the right mindset and not actually know that you're learning life lessons along the way, or know that you have information that can help someone else. So is there anyone that helped you kind of get your mindset right? Or was there something that you listened to? Is there
being rock bottom? I don't know if y'all ever been rock bottom before, but like I know what rock bottom feels like, and I'm like, I don't want to stay here. And if I don't want to stay here, I got to do things differently so I'll never get back here again. And that's really kind of like the core lesson. I say that I have the most expensive teaching that I've ever gotten, and I ain't even had to go to school to get it because the life experience really has helped me to, the school of hard knocks. But now I'm like, okay, I can be a testimony to other people while I'm a work in progress. And I apply it every day, and most of the time it works.
And rock bottom doesn't have to mean simply financial rock bottom.
No.
It's your emotional rock bottom.
Spiritual rock bottom. I'm human, right? We all go through stuff. That I know people that got $1 million in the bank, but it's empty.
That's right.
Right? They ain't got nothing. But the reality of it is that mindset shift and re-engineering negative things that happen in your life really just can make all the difference.
I don't know why. There's something about your spirit. I generally find when people show up to hawk their book and tell us why they made their life so good, just to be honest, I generally like.
I'll take it a step further. We generally don't even do.
We don't even do it. But even the videos that get passed around of people like, you got to watch this. I watch the videos and I'm like, this is snake oil bullshit. I'm not into it. There's something about your energy and the matter of factness and sort of lack of smugness that I truly appreciate. Like, you're not saying you're perfect and you mastered the whole thing. You're very blunt about the fact, though, it's really working out nicely, and this has really worked for you. And I just super appreciate your energy that you brought there.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me. You know, this is a big moment for me because, you know, I've been able to open up this multi-million-dollar company. My company is now valued at $100 million, right? I'm a girl from East Baltimore, from around the way, humble beginnings, right? Like, I don't come from much of nothing. Like, I ain't grew up with toys. I grew up watching Laverne and Shirley and Golden Girls with my grandma.
Hey, Shlomo.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like, to be able to live out my wildest dreams and to be able to share personal, authentic stories just makes me feel like, all right, so I'm a beacon of light for somebody. It may not be everybody, but somebody is going to hear my story and it's going to change their life.
In the I guess it's the insert of the book. It says, quote, Pinky has spent her life dreaming of financial security. And then it goes into after a fire destroyed your New York City restaurant and things you just told us. Financial security. And the reason that struck me is because even for myself, right, in our hustle and bustle of working and trying to figure out, like, what's my exit strategy where, like, I know I'm good. I know my kids are good. I know I could take care of my family. I don't really have to worry. Do you feel you're there?
So let me tell you, it's funny that you said that. That's actually a good question. So it ain't cash money that I'm chasing. It's freedom, right? Freedom gives you the ability to do all the things that society once said that you can't do. Freedom allows you to take your family on trips. It can afford you the opportunity to buy real estate so that you can build generational wealth. What I want is freedom. I want to wake up in the morning with not a care in the world, only thinking about changing the diapers of my kids, right? So on that path, am I there? Depending on who's asking, right? I still got a long way to go, but the minute that I get comfortable, it's over with. But even when I achieve the highest level of success that I want to attain, I still would never get comfortable. I'll probably like start another business.
Well, yeah, you still want to work. I
still want to work because your mind is a muscle.
That's right.
Right? So as long as I continue to train that, I'll always have the freedom that I'm looking for.
And I guess really it comes down, you've built an asset, right? Like you have something that you can leverage to have more freedom.
Absolutely.
I guess the way you're articulating it, which is
freedom
really
is the highest form of currency in the world. And until you start to elevate and unlock those doors that the average person can't get into, you realize that. Because in the biggest rooms, they ain't talking about money. They talking about freedom, right? That's the real currency.
It's crazy though, but at the same time, you said, even if you get to the place where you're really there, you'll probably keep working.
Yeah.
So is that day ever going to come though, where you're like, you get up and
the
literally
freedom is the choice though.
Yeah,
I know, but is there ever a day when you think you get up and not choose to go do more work, but you'd be like, no, I'm just gonna do nothing. I'm gonna change diapers and go play some tennis.
After this, send me your number. I'm gonna call you when I get there, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, please let me know.
And then here's like my fear. Like one of my fears too, and I think about this a lot, is with my children, right? Because I know children of very well-to-do individuals who had all the freedom in the world, and they're assholes.
I know a lot of them too.
You're like your parents were rich. You had everything at your disposal, and you're a fucking loser. You don't know what to do with yourself because literally you didn't have to do shit, right? Like your parents had money, They let you just kind of.
But that's not always the blessing that you would think it would be, because they don't appreciate it.
That's why I worry about it, right?
But
like
that's
I worry
two
about that
different
for my
kind of
children.
people. It's two different kind of people though, because somebody who like made it out the mud and like really had to get it on their own versus somebody who was a trust fund baby. I, in my humble opinion, believes that there's some nuances that are different as you rise to success. Because
but like our children, right? Like my daughter doesn't have to worry the way that I worry, right? Like my
your
daughter,
kids definitely
and
don't.
Your kids won't worry the way that you guys had to worry. And so how do I create that balance? So I'm constantly pushing Issa to work. Like she has things she has to do. Like, because I need her to feel that, what that work, and then when you work for it and you earn something, what that feels like that you did it for yourself like that.
That's a good point. The other day I was telling my friend, it's not about what you tell them you want them to do. It's what you show them that you do, right? Because children lead by example. If they see you hustling, working, being humble, right, taking your work and your career serious, they'll naturally do that. Like it's a net for them. They'll naturally get up and want to do that and be an entrepreneur because they see it most times, right? And that's what I want for my children. Like I don't want to just tell them like, okay, you need to go do this and I'm going to give you, no, they're going to see me getting up grinding. I'm 8 months pregnant. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day. I'm on a book tour right now. I'm probably not even supposed to be traveling, but guess what my kids see? They see a mom that's not lazy. They see a mom that's not getting comfortable, just making sacrifices so that we can have that level of freedom that we just talked about 5 minutes ago.
That's right. That's
You said 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
What are you doing on a regular? Is this just for the book tour?
No,
she got babies. She got babies on babies.
But okay, I mean, but 3?
I got 3 kids under 3. I'm running a company. I got a couple of companies, by the way. My schedule is jam-packed. I'm doing like 4 interviews a day, consistently every single day. Because I'm not just a philanthropist. I'm a thought leader. I'm an author. I'm a CEO. Like, I got a consulting company. Like, I do a lot. And then my husband and I are in the hospitality business. So, like, if I'm not doing my stuff, we doing his stuff. We work as a team.
Right.
So the grind is real. But I love it. I wouldn't have it no other way. It don't feel like work for me. But the minute it start feeling like work, then
And
we got
we've
a
all
problem.
been at those phases.
Yeah.
Rosenberg, how many podcasts you got right now?
Yeah, but I don't know that I'll ever be in a 3 a.m. I'm just impressed. That wasn't judgment. That was just
I get stuff done. I can check my email. I can check my bank account. I go online and check social media. Probably like 9, 10.
See, that's 9, 10. Get up.
You're getting your 5. I mean,
and then I'm a napper. Like,
are you still catching that? Okay.
If I sit down long enough, I'm going to sleep on your
Okay, good.
But there is a piece like and back to my worries, right? And this interview ain't about me, but since we're talking about it, I've worried for a long time because all I did was grind since I was 15, right? I've been in media 15 years old, grinding, working 8 shifts a week, being in the club every night, throwing parties, trying to boom, boom, boom. Now I'm damn near 50 years old, right? So I'm starting to go, okay, let's not get addicted to the grind.
The grind's supposed to change, though, right? So, like, I agree with you. I was the person, I'm working 24 damn near hours a day, but my grind is here now and not here. So, like, I'm not using my hands so much. It's my genius and my thought process that gives
It's still a grind, but it's a different grind.
The grind
you
just
can
feels
sit,
different.
sit still next to the phone and grind.
Exactly. So now I need to meditate. Now I need to go to the spa. Now I need to relax my mind.
Right, because
See,
otherwise
I wanted to bring
clear.
that out of you
Yes.
because often we see these conversations and it sounds like the individual is just inundated.
Oh no, I don't use my hands no more. Like I'm not physically in my restaurant, but all of my big ideas, is what manifests itself in the marketing of my business and the big ideas to be able to market the brand and all that I got going on. But that ain't easy to do either. You got to exercise the brain.
That's right.
Right? And I believe that the most successful people know how to differentiate that kind of grind. If I'm still using my hands at this point in the game, then I'm hustling backwards.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't ever just show up at your restaurant just to get everyone shook and just grab the frying pan? Let me show you what you.
So I used to do that, right? But let me tell you why I had to stop. I had to stop doing that because somebody got to be the hero. Right? When you growing and scaling the company, I used to be so militant, like it's my way or the highway, like y'all need to do this wrong. So people would fear me, right? But you get more bees with honey. Right? So because people see me and they get excited now, they look at me like they're saving grace. So now they're not afraid of me. So it makes them want to work harder and prove to me that they can do it. So my approach has changed. There's been a lot of evolution with me, with my business. And I'm happy about evolution because there's some hard conversations I had to have with myself, right? Like I got an aggressive personality, but I realized that everybody can't take that, especially as I grow. And before I used to be like, I don't care, it is what it is, but you don't get too far like that. Yeah.
People don't want to work with you.
They don't want to work with you.
That's
yeah.
right.
And I don't want to be the person that you don't want to work with.
That's
like
right.
I just don't. Yeah.
It is. Pinky Cole is her name. She is has a new book.
She's an author.
And she's
a
an
thought
author
leader.
now. A thought leader.
An entrepreneur.
A philanthropist. And
A
an
philanthropist.
entrepreneur. There you go. And a mom.
And a mom.
And a wife.
mom.
And from Baltimore.
And from Baltimore.
You grew up listening to Conan on 92Q?
I love Conan, yeah.
Shouts to Conan,
out to East
Butterman.
Baltimore.
Everyone.
Do you still say music?
I say music, I say I say do. But I'm also from Atlanta too, if you really want to think about it. Okay, because I went to CAU, shout out to Clark Atlanta University. And Atlanta is the reason why Slutty Vegan is successful. So that's my home number
Got
2.
it. Dope.
Pinky, we love you, man. Congrats.
Love you back.
Thank you,
Yo,
thank
shout
you.
to your family.
you.
We know your family
Thank you.
well, so
Thank
love
you so
y'all,
much.
man. Keep going.
Love you back.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Go pick up this book. I hope you fail. Pinky Cole.